Hey, everybody. It's a great day. I know that it's been a while since I went live. I get it, but it's all for the greater good. hmm A lot is going forward, a lot is progressing for all of us. And I know this is an American and international holiday season, right? But that's not why I wasn't going live. I wasn't going live because I was working on some things backdoor. We had a couple of events that popped up. And I just want to thank everybody, all of 2023, the new family members. Hey, great day. The new family members, the current family members, those that are going to be coming forward to join our community and our family. I want to greatly thank you for that. Some people are going to be leaving, and that's okay. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes family moves away. How about that? So we're going to be talking about that today. So I want to get very clear and very specific. I want to invite all of you and remind you that I do host international and uh, national retreats here in Arizona. We are going to be traveling to Ghana and to Costa Rica in 2024. So if you want to be a part of that, then it's really important that you reach out like this week or next week after the holidays and really book your time and get serious, because we're going to be cutting off that deadline, and we're also going to be blocking people from being able to access the retreat after when it's 30 days, 45 days before that, because we have catering, we have accommodations, we have all the things that go into it. This is not a flop. This is a legitimate business. I've been doing this for over 25 years now. People that have known me, some people don't, because this isn't the original page. My original page got hacked when we had over 10,000 followers, over 5,000 friends in our communities. They were active. Hey, yeah. And so it's really important that we begin to honor the spaces that we've been given and the gifts and talents and our practitioners. We want to make sure that people are compensated. And while we enjoy doing what we're doing, we like doing it better when it's organized, and we like doing it better when we know and have a core group of people that we're preparing for. Not, two people at the last minute, want to come in and then that we have to readjust, because we do plan everything out. So thank you for being here in 2023. There's a lot going on. My family and we're in the middle of a great transition, and it's really nice. And I'm honored in that experience. And I invite you to encourage yourself and your family to look for opportunities to continue to grow and expand and become firmer in unity and in honor and integrity with each other, and, gracefully give out forgiveness. Now, I'm going to caution you, because some people say, oh, you don't know what happened to me and my family. Trust me, you could probably tell me, and there's maybe one or two things you might tell me that I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. But forgiveness is always available. Why is forgiveness always available? It's not about the holiday season. It's about your life. It is about the life cycles that you experience in your life as you. If you are carrying around a 10-pound weight on your wrist and a 20-pound weight on your ankle, you don't move as freely. You don't flow as freely. So this conversation today is really about us just having literally a roundtable discussion about things that matter. So this ideal of forgiveness came to me, and that I get a lot of people that I counsel, that I coach and I consult for. And when I look into their timelines and when we start having conversations, there's a lot of pain and trauma. And a lot of that pain and trauma just keeps repeating itself in different forms, because they're not releasing the initial hurt as an experience, as an episode, as a punctuation mark in their life. They're seeing it as their entire book of life. They're seeing it as their entire journey. So being able to forgive is a way of letting go and releasing the power. Let me tell you something. You can release the power that another person has, or they believe that they've done to you, that's going to impact you, by releasing the power of that situation. So if you were abused, you can release the power of that situation by saying, that was then, not now. You can release that. But a lot of us want to keep telling everybody that story. So the more you keep telling that story, and I'm not talking about hiding the fact, I'm talking about minimizing the power that has of influence it has in your life. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to not letting that one incident, that one episode, that time period in your life determine the magnitude and the acceleration rate of your future manifestation and destiny being revealed. Yeah, we're talking like that. So it starts and begins with forgiveness. But before you can forgive someone else, I want you to forgive yourself for the fact that you weren't even aware. Just say, hey, I forgive you. I forgive you for putting yourself in that situation. I forgive you for believing that person. I forgive you for thinking it was okay. Whatever you need to forgive yourself for, then do it. Because that is the most prevalent and the most important forgiveness that you can ever give. And that is the forgiveness of yourself. And let me tell you something about forgiving yourself. You will feel like you don't even are not warranted. That it's not even supposed to happen, supposed to be you. Ha, she work it, right? That it's not even supposed to be for you. But you know, your inner soul, your innate information awaiting manifestation, the great I am, the breath, the pneuma, the life, the source, the God, the goddess inside of you is going to let you know that that forgiveness is destined to be yours and it was waiting for you and it's always available for you because you are the one that you must forgive first. You must let go of the guilt, the shame, the anger, the frustration, the disappointment, the disillusionment, whatever term it has to go there for you. You have to begin by forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself. Ask for forgiveness. You know, I apologize to you, Marion, for not listening to you, to that inner unction that told you not to go over there. And then you went over there and then the people were horrible. I forgive you for whatever, right? Not taking the other job offer when you know you should have. Not leaving the relationship, whatever it is. Now is the time for you to forgive yourself so you can move forward. One of the things we talked about at the winter solstice gatherings, I talked about the importance of recognizing your season and how this ideal of shorter days and brighter lights on the winter solstice is really like getting a special Wi-Fi code from the universe that says it's time to reset, it's time to relax, it's time to recline, it's time to reclaim and restore. So your forgiveness is not about other people. We've heard that before, but the forgiveness must come for yourself as well. How many times have you forgiven yourself? Or do you always say you were so stupid? Or I don't know what made me do that. That's all I do is make mistakes. So now you're speaking a language to the universe that says, keep me in this low frequency trap. I'm going to say that again. I'm so stupid. I'm always attracting this type of person, or I always get fired. And you know what? I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. I know what's going to happen. You are already speaking, spelling out your future. And that's why it repeats itself. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because I'm just the black sheep of my family. Let me tell you something, baby. Science girl right here, honey. A black sheep is an anomaly and it has power and it is stronger than those other ones. So you need to understand that to be a black sheep means you're supposed to be unique. You're supposed to be able to handle what you got to handle. But you can't do that if you're letting everything outside of you become more important than everything that is inside of you and is you. Should I repeat that? You cannot embrace your uniqueness, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your leverage, your education. You will not have rewarding and reciprocating relationships. You will not be able to have financial assurances. You will not have optimal physical health and wellness. You will not be able to have mental agility and emotional stability because you are holding on and focusing on things that are not you. Yeah, I know, right? I know. This is our last Saturday of 2023. 2023 was a 7-year, and that was about getting some completion, some perfection. And now we're going into the eighth year of 2024, which is about stability and advancement and building up, right? 8 infinity symbol, forever, expansion. So you want to be very aware of what you're taking into this next year. And I don't even really deal with that, but I know the majority of people do. Because my new year started a long time ago. My new year is not December 31st. That's the agreed upon new year for the world society. But for me, my new year is a different cycle. That's why I emphasize that at the winter solstice. Know your own life seasons. Everybody's season. You might be in your spring right now, but I might be in my winter, or I may be in my autumn harvest time, and you may be in your summer. Right. So you have to begin to think about, what does that mean? How does that affect my life? But I'm telling you, once you forgive yourself for not being aware of information, not acting on information, reacting versus responding, giving your power away, making things more important outside of you than what's actually inside of you. But you don't understand. Now I can't walk anymore because of that. But guess what? You still have everything else. You can still be in optimal physical health and wellness. You can still move something. If you can't, you can maybe get some people to donate so you can get a full body deep tissue massage once a month to stimulate your neurons and keep your body going. There's never a reason just to not be active. I'm sitting outside in my yard today. And that really came to me. Where are we going? What do you really want? Everybody's, New Year's resolution. But why are we having New Year resolutions? You can resolve any situation, any choice, any vision that you have. You can do it at any time. You can resolve at any time, right? But I know we say, well, everybody's doing resolutions, but some resolutions are counter to yours. So your resolution should be something that you do through self-reflection. Forgiveness. Next one is self-reflection. Do you take the time to reflect back? Did you rush into a situation? Great day. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Did you take time out to reflect about some choices, some decisions? Because there's a difference between a choice and a decision. I won't go into it now, but there is. There's a video somewhere that talks about that. I tell people that I support with my skills, knowledge, abilities, gifts, and talents. I share with them that I don't want you to be dependent upon me. I want us to be interdependent. So as I'm supporting you, you're growing. And because you're growing, you become also another scaffolding for me to continue to serve and support people exponentially, holistically. That part. I think tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So people are going to be doing whatever they want to do. That's fine. But always take time out to forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, do some self-reflection so that if what you're forgiving yourself for, you don't want to experience anymore, you come up with a plan of action and strategy, number 3, that allows you to avoid it and limit the number of times you have to seek forgiveness for yourself or extend forgiveness to other people. They owe me an apology. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get that apology. And if they do apologize, it's not going to be in the way that you want it to be. So just jump into your position. I forgive you for that's happened. I forgive myself for putting myself in that position to allow you to perceive that it was okay for this particular thing to happen or this exchange to come about. There's always your responsibility and accountability. Makes me think about the 4 agreements from Don McGraw. There's 5, but the main 4 everybody knows, right? Have integrity. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Be very clear about that. That means setting some boundaries. The boundaries are not for them. The boundaries are for you. If someone is violating something or making you feel uncomfortable, not because you're being stubborn and egotistic, but because seriously, that's a boundary. Like something very simple. My hair is a boundary. You are not allowed to touch my hair. I don't care if you hug me and it happens to touch your hand, but the moment I feel you doing this, it's done. I'm going to tell you, please do not touch my hair. It is imperative that you not touch my hair. The boundary is for you. The boundary is for you. And so you must enforce the bar. When I'm traveling, when I'm driving down to Mexico from where I live in Arizona, when I get to the border, they don't say, "Oh, I know you come here all the time. When you bring your, oh, great, come on through." No, they say, "Stop." The rule is I have to stop. They put the little thing under my car and ask me all these questions. That's the process. That's the boundary. I can come and go in Mexico all I want, but there's a border, right? And there are rules, and that's how you have to live your life. This is how you have to live your life, right? Forgiveness, reflection, having a plan of action, a strategy, so that when you get into situations, they don't overwhelm you because you've already planned for them, because you already got boundaries and you've already considered what's important to you. If I go somewhere and somebody's doing drugs, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to stay. I'm definitely not going to do the drugs. I don't care what they say and what they call me. I'm not going to. That's a boundary of me. So forgiveness, self-reflection, having a strategy and plan that is reinforced by your beliefs and your boundaries. That's what we're talking about here. And you don't have to convince anybody, or you don't have to share with anyone that you have forgiven yourself and you have forgiven them. There's not even a requirement. You know, I had friends that went through 12-step and they would come back, and my sister went through that. They was like, you got to come back and make amends to people you feel you did wrong. But what if the person, to me, wouldn't that be like something that would throw you back? I never agreed with that part of it. Settle within yourself, resolve within yourself that you're going to make different choices, have different, view as many options as you can before you make a choice. That you're going to honor more of that inner voice, that vision, that plan. People say, "Oh, you make all this money." Well, you know what? But I don't just focus on money. I think that's why I make money. Because people see me doing the volunteer stuff online with people and coaching and doing little videos and stuff. People think, "Oh, no, you don't get it. That's not my money." My money is off screen. I'm inviting many more of you to explore that option, to become part of another group, to branch you into another section and another level. So number 1 from the 4 agreements says, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. Have integrity. Number 2, it says, don't take it personal. People do what they want to do because that's what they want to do to benefit them. So if I have a glass of water and you ask me for some and I say no, it's not about you. It's about me believing this water is more important to me than it is to you. And it's my right and choice to say no. Even if I said yes to you previously. How about that? Some of y'all think because you said yes before that you have to keep saying yes because people will see you as a bad person. No, you're a bad person when you keep sacrificing yourself, but not for yourself. Y'all still with me? Let me know y'all still here. I see y'all. Please take a moment and like the live if you're watching with me. Take a moment. That really helps to bring more people into our family members in here. This will be my last broadcast for the year of 2023. Yeah. So this is the kind of energy, the kind of force that we need to move forward with. I'm not a person who gives you a lot of feels and thrills. I used to be that person, right? People know, like for 25 years, I did this. But for the last maybe 10, I've really been reducing the amount of hoopla. You either want it or you don't. You want the nutritional part or you want me to give you a sugar sandwich? That's substance. But do you want the full course meal? And you have to do that for yourself as well. You have to ask yourself, am I giving myself just a snack or a sampling of the true life that I desire for myself? The legacy I want to create for my children and grandchildren. And let me tell you, if your children are adults, you can still create a legacy and you can still support them by giving them some more options to consider. That includes forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean they have to be all up under you and lovey-dovey, but forgiveness means you recognize there was something that occurred that was not at the frequency, that was not at the viable level that you would like it to be, and you would like some type of restoration. Doesn't mean is once you restore it, you can utilize it. That's what people forget too. Because I forgive you, it doesn't mean you come back and sit next to me. It may mean that when I see you, I wave versus grimacing. Know the difference. Agreement number 3. Make no assumptions. Make no assumptions. When I was growing up, they had this saying that says, when you assume, you make a apple sugar out of you and me. So that's what that's about. Don't make an assumption. You have no idea what a person will do or not do in a situation. You have no idea. None. You know, people I talk to, oh, well, I never would have thought they would be there. When I said, why not? Why didn't you? Well, I would never, but they're not you. So who are you to assume that that's okay? Yeah. Hey, honeys. My hummingbirds are behind me. Give me 1 second. Yep. Enjoy your nectar. I just filled it up. And they're bossy too, right? Yes. You know, you have to get there. You have to speak up for yourself. The assumptions, just because you're from the same place, just because you're from the same community does not mean that you're going to have the same response. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't matter if you've been living together for 30 years. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Make no assumptions. Everybody's human and they have their own frequency, their own assignment. Make no assumptions. Make no assumptions. And the last one of the 4 agreements, right, is always do your best. And your best is going to change depending upon the situation. Maybe your best is that all you can do is carry the water or bring the nails to the person who's building a house. It's okay. You're not supposed to be able to master everything. That's another fallacy. Can you get rid of that? I got to be perfect. What is perfect? Perfect is your best at the best in that moment. And in the next moment, when you get another option or another opportunity, that may be your best too. And it's all right. But that's closely tied to number 1, being honest with yourself. Trusting yourself, loving yourself, believing in yourself, prioritizing you, your innate information, awaiting manifestation, your pneuma, your breath, your life, your source. How we move that, right? How do you implement that? How do you allow that to become part of your true reality? When I wrote that book back in 2014, it's because one of my best friends said to me, can you stop texting me this? Put it in the book. Right? So I did that. And I used the analogy of moving through the parts of a storm to express what it's like for us to grow through and move past fear, anger, frustration, limitations. That's why we did that. It's important. It's important. Always do your best. Don't compare yourself to anyone. I posted something like that this morning. Everybody wants to make a big splash and everybody wants everyone to recognize when they're making a big splash. But here's the thing. After the splash, the brick or the rock continues to hit down to the bottom. It's the ripples that will be felt. People will forget about the splash, but it's the ripples they will remember and they will feel and they will experience. And that is your fruit of your labor. Yeah? Are we there? Thank you, everybody who has come in here to watch and support me. This is my last Saturday Satdown of 2023, right? And we're moving forward. And we're inviting you to move forward as well, to really harness all of that, to really get clear on where your power is, where your goodness is, where your greatness is, how you're honoring more of you, to become less devoid and to become devoid of all of this chaos and all of this need to have drama and have people to have empathy for you and sympathy for you. Instead of saying, let me harness the greatest parts of who I be and let me move expeditiously closer and closer to where I desire and what I have already planned for on my timeline. And I'm ready and I'm willing. There's no turning back. There's no denial. There's no disruption. I am in order moving forward. I know, but wait, I need my spouse. But wait, I need my members. You know, somebody tried to send me something about P. Diddy, and then last week somebody sent me something about TD Jakes. I said, why do I care? Why do I care? They're humans on this planet. Why do I care? How does that help me prepare myself to go forward into the realms and the frequencies that I'm existing on? If whatever you're sharing with me is true about that person, more healing, more wholeness, more elevation, more peace, more revelation. And let those things be something that prompts you to raise your frequency even higher so that you are they're not in your view. What should be in your view is that which you desire, that which you know is your vision, your true, authentic identity. But this world will have us to be ready to judge at a moment's end. They want us to judge. They want us to be distracted. And when we get distracted, worried about other people's lives on that capacity where we're not contributing to the support. We're not enhancing or supporting them in moving past this low frequency so they can remember their true higher frequency. No, that's not our business. It's not our business. But what is our business is us. Thank you, my love. You as well. You as well, my love. So honor. Okay, babe. Absolutely. And if you're going to be on social media, right? Because I'm on social media. Obviously, we're watching this through social media. Social media isn't the devil. What's that movie? Waterboy? It's the devil. No, it's not. It's not the devil. But it is a distraction if you're not disciplined. And that's why I said always do your best. Changes every option. If you know you're going to go on social media, have a reason. Have a reason. Huh? Have a reason for going on social media and set an alarm on your phone. You know, I'm alarm. Y'all know I'm an alarm person. And I don't just do the cutesy little things. I do the womp, 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 womp. Because some things just, require that type of alarm and others require the ding, 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 right? And that's how life is. That's how universe is. The universe will womp, womp, womp. And we'll be like, okay, whatever. And then we get into a situation that we want to complain. That's not the way that it goes. So what are we honoring? What are we saying today? What is it that we need to acknowledge? What does we need to acknowledge in this window, this pregnancy window of time? Huh? What do we need to honor? What do we need to recognize? That's it. That's it, sis. Thank you for this. What do we need to really bring to the forefront? Whatever that thing is you're afraid to say, you may need to say it. And maybe you don't need to say it to the person because you may get some type of physical or harm or something like that. Then don't say it directly to the person, but say it to yourself enough that the universe knows that you're serious and they can begin to shift some things so that you can remove yourself from some of these situations. Hmm? That's what it's about. Hey, Lovey. I'm going to say Happy New Year to y'all now because I don't know where I'm going to be on Sunday. Right? Honoring more and more and more and more of you, and less and less and less of things outside of you that are not supporting you in understanding more of you. Do you understand that it's designed to make you, to support you in understanding more of you, activating more of you? Listen, I did a post a while back and people got angry with me because I said, I don't care that you know numerology, astrology, that you now hear spirits, that you're in tune with your inner voice. I don't care about that. I don't care about that if you're still living haphazardly and you're still codependent upon people accepting you. You don't need acceptance to activate who you are. You don't need permission. They used to say that all the time when I used to work and I was doing all the speaking. You don't need, I give you permission right now to go out right now and start your business. I give you permission right now to go ahead and make that move that you're so afraid of it. Uncle Bob said, get out the terror dome. I spoke to someone recently, a client of mine, and the person said to me, they said, I don't understand why I spend money the way I spend money. And so we began to dive deeper into that during their coaching session. And when it comes, and it all boils down to, this person grew up in a very, very humble, very volatile situation. And usually when they got money, that person was stealing the money. So you imagine this person is trying to get rid of and buy up stuff. So in that person, that memory, that 10-pound weight on their wrist, that 20-pound weight that's on their ankle, right? That is still reminding them 30 plus years later, they're still thinking that when they get money, they got to get rid of it because somebody's going to take it. Assets are going to be frozen. Y'all, are you with me? I'm telling you, the mind. I'm telling you, United Negro College Fund back in the day had a slogan: "The mind is a terrible thing to waste." And that was the most thing. And then my philosophy professor or teacher, when I was in high school, wrote a poem that went into more depth about that. It was he was a philosophy person, and he also was a metaphysicist as well. And he had me, because I was one of the school orators. I was an actor, performer, da da da. And so one of the things I did was I did this poem, and it was, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. To allow yourself to be taken on journeys into space, and at the same time be trapped in a world that doesn't even exist. I remember that line. I was 17, and every time I did it, I would catch something in my throat. Because even at 17, there was something inside of me saying, girl, this poem is telling you something. So you may not have had a philosophy instructor, and you may not have had Uncle Bob Proctor, but right now, as your sister, I'm sharing this with you because I have. The mind can free you, liberate you, can bring you past. It can bring you past everything that you think is a hinder. Those of you that are in my Alchemy Academy, or you're part of the healing circle, we talked about, when I got this message about something that was coming up, I didn't understand it at the time. I was talking in a group, but when I played back the audio, I realized that was preparing me for what I was going to go through. And it ended up being like 2 weeks right after that. And it was about recognizing that just the very thing you think is the most essential, the most important, the thing that you think will break you is the thing that you have to be willing to let go, so that, again, that perceived power of influence does not negate your expansion. That it doesn't negate your expansion. That it doesn't stifle you in your movement. That it doesn't confuse and cloud your vision. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Yes. Trusting and believing in you going forward is essential. And it doesn't mean that you're harming people, but sometimes I say this all the time. I am right? Accessible by all, but available to few. I'm accessible. I'm online. I'm out in public. But when it comes to accessing me, to be right next to me, available to you, there's a process for you to do that. That's it, baby. That's my saying. Not my monkey, not my show, not my business. If a person gets upset because you're going to start taking care of you, then that person really doesn't care about you. I don't care who it is, because they're human. And people do, but don't take it personal. People do what they want to do because that's what they want to do, because it benefits them. Self-preservation at its best. Maya Angelou said it the best. I heard it before, even Maya Angelou. People will show you who they are. Believe them. Oh no, I was just having a bad day. Nah. If that's what comes out on your bad day, I'm okay. More peace and blessings. That's why I said, allow yourself to open up, to see more options, see more of the picture before you advance and invest. Recognizing the level of forgiveness you need for yourself and what you can put out there to the universe for other people. Do some self-reflection. Honor more of your inner self. Seriously. Set your boundaries. Stop being afraid to tell people no. Why? Listen, I used to teach this, right? I teach this to my business clients too. Rejection is just a code word for there's something better. Rejection is the code word for something better, right? If you tell me no, now I must really, if I think you're my go-to person, and you tell me no, that means I got to start strategizing two things. I got to start thinking about two things. One, are you really my go-to person? And two, who is my real go-to person? Yeah. I'm not saying being a cynical. I'm saying honor. I did make a list. It's in the Academy. It's in the file section. I'm not sure if I put it into the podcast page, but I know for sure it's in there. I am very keen. My voice, my process is only for a few people, and people will come and people will realize that I'm legitimately who I'm legitimately. the put together part and the not so put together part. And people, like I said, people make assumptions. But when people make assumptions, the assumption is based upon what they want from you, not who you be. So then they say you changed. Yeah, if you want to, we do have some here at the we do have some over, not here. I'm not at the office, I'm at home. We do have some at the office. If you text the number, you're in the Academy. If you text the number, some Erica or Shahira will pick it up and then they'll get you a copy of the book. Also, we had an issue with somebody else ordered some. If you are out the country and you order something from me, it comes, I don't see it until like 30 days after that. Sometimes even here in the United States, I won't see it. If you go to Amazon, I won't see that request, and they'll order the book and they'll get it and all that stuff from the publisher. That's fine. But sometimes I don't see that. So when y'all be like, I bought your book, can you sign it? I don't always see your copies when you order them like that. And if you're out of the country, I never see it until maybe like 30 to 45 days later. Just a little sidebar. But I appreciate your purchase. I appreciate your purchase. Definitely I do. I'm so honored by that. Right. Yeah. I used to give them away as part of the process, but now I'm like, it's a lot of work to remember to do that. All right. And I talk from my books a lot of times anyway, too. You can also sign up for coaching and counseling services with me if you like. Hey, honeybee. You can also do that if you like to get some more insight. And I greatly appreciate it. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, baby, how you doing today? Go back to the hive. Quit playing with me. Go back to the hive. Yes, all of my creatures are spoiled. They're spoiled. Today, the birds were, the crows and the robins. The pigeons, not so much, but the crows and the robins were, and the blackbirds were on my patio because I chose to do some cleaning around the house before I came out and rearrange some plants. And they were just quack, 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 just making their little noises and carrying on. Yes. Yes, but here's the thing. Your plate is only full because you allow things to be piled upon it. But no, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a children, I'm a da 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 da. But let's prioritize. What is the role by which you can get the greatest girth? Right? If you have children, then prioritize your children. If you have a spouse, then prioritize your spouse. And then everyone else will get a piece of you. Remember, I said I'm accessible to all, but only available to a few. You have to take time for you, take time for your children, take time for your spouse, take time for your parents, because we do love and appreciate them for bringing us thus far. How do you let it go? Again, self-reflection, prioritization, allowing yourself to be honest with yourself. What do I get out of giving my all to people only to have them tell me no? What do I do? What do I get out of that? Right? What am I getting? Do I feel good? Does it make me feel needed? Is this trying to fill a hole of something that I keep burying? I cover it up, but I don't ever feel it. Why am I having affairs? Why am I cheating? Why am I only wanting one night stands? Oh, I got a high sex drive. Okay, but high sex drives, but why is it in this manner? These are the things that you want to heal and reflect upon. And you want to do that when you get more in tune again with what's inside. Another client lost all this weight. She's got a beautiful shape and stuff now. I think she had the surgery too, if I can remember. I think she also had like a little bit of a nip and tuck, not much, because she had a beautiful body already. And now she's like, and then she's working on herself inside, and she started going to spin. She said, well, why am I spinning out of control? And why is nobody acknowledging this? I said, it's not your transformation. It's not for other people. It's for you. It's for you. It's like a snake. When a snake sheds its skin, it's not doing it for us. It's doing it for him or her. Lemon water with a little hot pepper goes a long way. Yeah. I think I done sat down here and forgot that we got these ants that come up here sometime. I didn't put on my boots. I got on shoes. Yeah. So that's my conversation today. I want everyone to enjoy and understand that this global new year that's coming, right, is an 8-year expansion, evolution, moving beyond. I had people call me, oh, I can't make it to the winter solstice. Just keep it as a donation. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You had how many months to plan for this? And yes, shit can happen in the middle, right? But at some point, you got to be willing to push past it because it's all temporary. That's my quote. You'll see it. It's in the book. All things are temporary for a permanent purpose. But it's up to you to determine how temporary and what is the purpose. I've been doing this to keep coming back to a lot of habits that I've been doing so long have become, it becomes, I'm telling you, become oblivious. And that's why I tell people, a lot of times people say, oh my gosh, she's so, no, I'm just saying, let's just get to the chase. Okay. If you keep falling down, what's happening? Explain to me the situation of you falling down. Well, I keep trying to ride my roller skates on a wood floor in my house. Well, one, why are you wearing roller skates in your house? 2, can you roller skate? And 3, is a wooden floor the best place to try to navigate on? Is that the best mode of transportation? Is that getting you the results that you desire? See, if you take it away from your personal situation and you think of it like that, it should open up more views for you, more understanding for you. Yeah? This is where we go. This is the honor, this is the joy, this is the magnification, the manifestation, the magnanimous experience that we're all seeking. What you do when you go through that 4-step process we talked about, when you begin to do some things, you're going to find out that is so much more. That's what I said. My first thing was, only message I got 25 years ago, it said, there is more. There is more. And once I started saying, okay, but what do they mean by more? What do you mean by more? More what? And the more I said, what is the more I began to experience. But if you're thinking, this is just enough, I'm okay, I don't want to, I've even had clients, business clients, talking about these business ideas. They want to have franchises, but I don't want $1 million. That's not for me. But so why do you want to advance your businesses? Well, I just want to be able to help people. Okay, right. But in helping people, there's a reward. There's a reciprocating exchange. So if you're helping, which means that person has no idea of how to correct, advance, enhance, or create a better scenario, that is helping. But if that person needs your support, meaning they're already in action, they just need a little bit more guidance, support, and scaffolding, you still have to get an exchange. The reason why I ask for likes is because that's an energy exchange. I'm talking to you. You're alive. Send back some energy. Best way to do it is comment and like the actual live. You don't have to agree with nobody taps on your door and say, hey, you liked Dr. Marion's broadcast. Can you tell me why? Nobody does that because nobody cares. But our energy exchange is what is important. Stop letting people drain you. No, they're my friend, they're my family, they're my lover, they're my pastor, they're my priest, they're my nurse, they're my therapist, they're my dog, they're my cat, they're my fish, they're my clients. Okay. If you've ever booked a time with me, after a certain time you can't get to me. Certain times of the day you cannot get to me. Even the Academy members know that if you text me, it says I'm going to contact you in the next 12 hours. We enjoy our rewarding and reciprocating exchanges. This is what I love and I enjoy. But my desire to express this with all of you, beautiful people who have come across me, that have interacted with me, who have purchased from me, who have, formed this family and community, does not negate the fact that I'm going to take care of me. Azon Life Alchemy Center and Marinafor Enterprises has been around for 25 years. A lot of the stuff that people are geeking up about, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, well, they'll figure it out sooner versus later. That's the first stage. Because most people like to stay comfortable. I used to be a size 7-9. I'm a size 12, 14 now. Sometimes a 16, depending upon the cut. So what do? Everything changes. Some more than others. Some things are just finite. The change is finite, very little, very small. Look, small. Well. When you are reflecting, you're going to say, wow, why did I do that? How did that happen? But it's not for you to judge. It's not for you to beat yourself up. It's for you to say, okay, why did I do that? Oh, I know. I was distracted and I was lonely, or I didn't care at that time. I just wanted it done. And that's okay. But now you do something different because every moment is a new beginning. Every moment is an opportunity for growth, change, and advancement. An exponential existence for the seed to be planted, for the roots to be set, and for you to begin to grow, blossom, bud, and bloom. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right? Nothing more, nothing less. I want to thank everybody for being here today. Those of you that are in the academy and part of the podcast community, stay online. We're going to be transitioning into our spiritually speaking session. Absolutely. The last one of the year. Can you believe that? This is the last one of 2023, the global year, But we will continue to advance ourselves. I am certain that this was a conversation that was supportive to you in some way. And I know those of you that are going to come in and watch this later on, I trust the same for you. Thank you for being a part of our community. We have some changes coming forth. If you're on my mailing list, it is imperative. If you are on my mailing list, you need to read your emails because there's some big changes that are coming up. There's some opportunities that are coming up. The biggest things I want you guys to know about, we're going to be in Ghana the 5th through the 12th of March. If you want to join us there, you need a passport. We'll help you take care of your visa, but you need to start booking now and put in for your deposit. And right now, because this is about to be January, you're gonna have to pay at least half of your payment down, or a fourth of it, so we can get it done and paid for by February. Also in May, we're going to be in Memphis, Tennessee for the mother child fostering a gift retreat. You're going to come and have a great retreat at this beautiful mansion in Tennessee. It's gorgeous. We've got a lot of good things going on. And then in June, we're going to be heading over to Costa Rica, right? We're heading over to Costa Rica. So come on and join us. And then in July, of course, we have the Inner Heal Her Sacred Reclaim experience for women in July. And then we also have the melanated Men Thrive experience. So that's going to be happening in July. And then we'll be done for the season outside of some other smaller events. But thank you all for being a part of our family, our community. We appreciate you. And we will see you soon. All right. Take care, everybody. Those of you that are in Academy and podcast, you don't have to hang up. I'm just going to disconnect the other places. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Is it letting me do it? Let's see.